Hello. Welcome to another ranking video. I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna do, but the fellas seem to like them, and I like making them because they're nice and quick and easy. I'm gonna move a little away from the mic here. But as we can see here, we're gonna be ranking all the Mario Party games. I love Mario Party. And so I have strong opinions about almost all of these, except for a few, which would make it almost all of them. Yeah, we're going to keep things casual, kind of like we did with the Super Auto Pets one. I don't have, let's see, let's name these. We got Peak. This is the cream of the crop. And then like a good time. B, better be ready. Fell no. These are ones you don't play. And then the C tier. For ones that are in the C tier. All right. I thought about going in chronological order, because like this is something, a Super Auto Pets video, I didn't really think before. I just kind of knew which pets I thought were good. This one I could rattle off the order because I've just had it in my head, at least for the numbered entries. Since I love Mario Party, and I want to get that straight across right now, and you will realize how much I love Mario Party based on my rankings, because I think they're objectively correct for this one, because the ones that I like have good qualities to them, and the ones that I don't like have bad qualities. This is a different kind of ranking video because a lot of elements got to incorporate to what constitutes a game is good. I thought about going with side content. Forget side content. If it's not on a main board, that's a lie. I'm counting it. Extra content count. We're doing things as we go along. It's fine. All right. Starting off, Mario Party 1, 1998. Hell no. This is one of, if not the worst numbered entry in the series, and I'm going to tell you why. Mario Party 1 is not a good video game. That's crazy. I mean, let's start out with what it does well. It lays the groundwork for the Mario Party rules going forward. You walk around a board, get coins, you play mini games after every turn. 20 coins to a star. Most stars at the end of the game wins. And notice how that's the only thing that Mario Party 1, that's its legacy. Everything else about this game is shit. The minute-to-minute gameplay in Mario Party 1 is some of the most boring in the entire series. The board design sucks. A lot of them are circles or straight lines or what have you. They're terrible. Peach's Birthday Cake especially, which we'll get to again later, because that's not the last time we'll be seeing that board. Wario's Battle Canyon is a funny kind of bad. It's terrible. This is probably the Mario Party where you have the least agency, since there's no items, except for like the random chance ones that you can buy from the shop to have a chance of appearing in the game every time you roll. Single player minigames are terrible. There's a reason why those never came back, except for like item minigames. The minigames themselves, I think, it's the worst batch in the entire series. It's so baffling that so many bad games could be put into one game that flourishes into a series that is near and dear to my heart and actually has really great mechanics from this point onward, really, until we get to like where they start to change the formula up. So yeah, Mario Party 1 is terrible. It's a really bad game. There's no reason to revisit it because Mario Party 2 exists. Mario Party 2 is a good time. It's a good game. I think like when people say they're nostalgic for Mario Party on Nintendo 64, they're talking about this game, and I don't understand that. But then if they clarify and say, oh, Mario Party 2 is the one I played, the one with the cowboy hats, I go, oh, okay. I can see why like someone would play that one and go, this is a fun time, because it's a good game. 6 boards, so less than the 8 in the original, but it's fine because all the boards are pretty decent except for Mysteryland. Mysteryland's kind of mid because it's circles, but everything else is intact. The board design is great. The mechanics have been shifted slightly. Items are a thing in this game now. You can only hold one item, and the mini games are great. So what they did was they took the Mario Party 1 mini games that were decent and just put them in this game. Obviously, like, there's still some stinkers in 2 that were carried over from 1, like Bumper Balls. I think Bumper Balls is a pretty shit mini game. But I mean, hey, that Mario Party 2 is fun, and they get the cool outfits and items being introduced into the game helps the game tremendously. Bowser Land and Western Land are 2 of the best boards in the entire series, in my opinion, especially Bowser Land. There's a lot of really complex layers to that. These 2 games were released 9 months apart from each other because of all of the joystick spinning mini games in this one, where like all the lawsuits going on, and Nintendo didn't really want to fuck with that, which is why this took so long to get re-released. And they have to put a warning on Nintendo Switch Online. Very fun. This game's terrible. Mario Party 2 is a good time. Play it on Nintendo Switch. It's fun. It's definitely not my favorite by any means. People who say this is the best game in the series are dead wrong, because there are just games with better mechanics. But I'd be lying if I said this game was bad. It's pretty good. This is where Mario Party gets good. Now, if we want to talk about how Mario Party finally gets to peak, like, this is it. Mario Party 3 is one of the best in the series. Mario Party 3 is so good. It is so good. The minigames is one of, if not the best batch in the series. This is the best N64 Mario Party, obviously, how I've rated it. It's so good. The boards are amazing. Every single one feels so different from each other because they all have slightly different gimmicks, but it's still the same. The star space gets plopped on the board. Roll, minigame, coins, 3 bonus stars at the end. Great. Every single board feels incredibly fresh, though. They all look great. They all have incredible music. The minigames, as I said, are fantastic, and they're all new. As we can see on the fun little box art, there are not any coming back from Mario Party 1 and 2. Very, very nice. Something that is incredible about Mario Party 3 is it introduces the ability to have 4 items. Or not 4. I don't know what I'm getting ahead of myself. 3 items instead of just 1. And the items in this game, it's the best collection of items in the original item format. So before we get to like orbs and capsules and stuff in the later games, this is the best format for items, I think. You've got regular mushrooms and stuff, lamps. The reverse room is busted in this game. There's a reason why going backwards on the board never came back. It's because it's broken, but also very fun. And there's so much strategy that is involved in this game with the board play. And I think that's you're going to kind of see that that's the mark of a great Mario Party. Because going forward past 1, even the shitty ones that mix up the formula, the mini games are still good in those. So I'll kind of back off on the mini game talk for a second, and we're gonna kind of be focusing on boards and extra side game content. But Mario Party 3, the item play is incredible. Rare items are insane. The wacky watch is the funniest thing in the entire series, because if you're just ahead, you can just make it last 5 turns, or if you can extend the game by 5 turns if you need to. Like, it's awesome. It's so cool. Mario Party 3 is great, and the side game content is awesome. The duel mode is so fun. It's incredible. It's really, really, really good. Yeah, it's great. Mario Party 4 is the first GameCube one, I'm going to get controversial. It's in a good time. It's not peak. And here's why. Mario Party 4 is probably the best batch of minigames in the entire series. With shit like Book Squirm and Dungeon Duos, the two best minigames in the entire series are in the same game, which is incredible. But the board design in this game is terrible. I think the board design is pretty bad. First off, they don't look that great because they were still kind of working stuff out on the GameCube. They're like up above everything. The boards don't really feel like lived in, which we'll get to how amazing the board design is in these fun games right here. I don't think the board play is very good in Mario Party 4. There's too many boards where the direction that you go is based on a coin flip or a 1 in 4 chance or whatever. As much as I love Goomba's Greedy Gala, it is not a competitively viable board. It's just not. Too much random goes on that board, and that's the whole gimmick, I know. But it's not well designed. And don't even get me started on Koopa's Suicide Soiree. I'd rather kill myself than play on that board. This game does introduce to us duos, though. 2v2 on the board. And that's awesome. It's so good. It gets refined later. I think that Mario Party 6 has a better method of going about it, because in this game your star and coins are split between the two of you, which has its pros and cons. I think I don't play duos in this game too much to know the intricacies of how different it makes it. That I think that's definitely a personal preference thing too, though. But this game's definitely better than Mario Party 2. It's great. And the physics engine is established in this game for the next 3. Also, I forgot to mention about the N64 ones. Mario Party 3 makes it work, but the physics engine in these 3 games is wacky. The characters feel like they're on ice. For the mini games, obviously, like, you know, there's no physics engine on the boards, but it's very interesting. Side modes in this game don't really exist. There's like the one with the womps and stuff and beach volleyball. Side modes only really get brought up because Mario Party 5. I am probably gonna wait to see what tier I put Mario Party 5 in. It's the worst GameCube one. I have a chip on my shoulder about Mario Party 5. If I had to describe Mario Party 5 in a way that real ones will understand, is the GameCube Mario Parties are Kendrick Lamar's discography. They're all incredible. And then there's Damn, which is just good. It's just okay. It's good. If any other artist made it, you'd go, that's a damn good record. But Kendrick made it. And so it's in the C tier. Mario Party 5 is alright. This is the first game with capsules. They're called that in this game because they really wanted to change up the item system. Capsules in this game are a very strange mechanic that I don't want to explain fully because it's weird. You can throw the item and it'll land on a space, or you can use it on yourself, and you can use any item on yourself. And items are free if you throw them, but not if you use them. And it's silly. And I think that it is the most luck-based Mario Party since 1. And it provides itself to not be like the greatest or anything. A lot of the mini games in this game, I think a quarter of the 4-player ones are either mashing or random. That's not fun. Is even a guy who can get sub 450 in Poke Pummel and is 130 in domination, like I'm an above average masher. That sounds bad. I'm above average at button mashing. That's too much for this game, and I think that a lot of what is bad about this game gets solved right away with Mario Party 6. Mario Party 6 is the best game in the series. You got the day and night cycle. Every single board has a fun little change up on the formula. The first 2 boards are moving star spaces, like the first 5 games. You've got Fair Square and Castaway Bay and Snowflake Lake and Clockwork Castle that all kind of mix up the formula a little bit. Capsules are gone, but they're not really. They're called orbs in this game. And all that confusion about items are free, but they're not free. And also you can use things on yourself, but you can't. But you can also just land on a Wiggler and get taken to the star that way for free kind of thing. Like, all that's gone. Mario Party 6 just does everything right. The orbs, they're now divided into, you buy them now, like they're purchasable, but you can also pick them up on the board, much like you could with items in these 3 games. So you can buy ones from shops. There are separated into ones that you can buy and use on yourself, so like mushrooms and things for like extra dice blocks and stuff. There are ones that you throw on the ground and people are affected by whatever ailment when they land on them, and ones that affect people when you pass. And that little addition changes the gameplay so much, and it's incredible. There's so much interesting strategy that goes into Mario Party 6 with managing the day and night cycle, affecting the board, and the mini games too. The mini games are affected by the day and night cycle in the game. It's great. It's got the gameplay in this game, man. It's so good. Turns move relatively quickly. Every single board has great music, and it feels so alive and lived in. Mario Party 6 is the best game in the series, and I think that not a lot of people who've actually played every single game in the series would fight me on that. This is one where some people might fight me on. 7's up here too. 7 is arguably 6 without the day and night cycle and a little bit more refined. The reason why 7 is a little bit worse than 6 is because it has a tier list. Orbs are back. This is actually the only time in the numbered entries where an item mechanic does not get changed when carried over, and stuff is just added on top of it. These 3 games are very similar in that regard, but really just these 2. 7 introduces a couple new orbs that are specific to character duos. So like Mario and Luigi have their own, Peach and Daisy, Wario and Waluigi. And so with that, there's a tier list to this game. And I'm so glad Toad is one of the best characters in this game. Because I'm a Toad main. Always have been, always will be. I'm not a tier whore. But yeah. The boards in this game are a little bit worse, I think, than 6. Some people are more partial to Pyramid Park over Snowflake Lake. I'm more of a Snowflake Lake kind of guy. The music in this game is incredible, though. I think this is the best soundtrack in the series. There's the 8-player. You can play 8-player parties in Mario Party 7, which is wacky. I've never done that before. I'd love to get that cooking up because I think that would be very sweet. Mario Party 7 is just 6, but a little bit more modernized, and by more I mean a year later, because they were really cranking them out at this point. Mario Party 8 is worse than 4. 4, it's in between these. Like it's a Mario Party 8 has some of the best board design in the entire series. The Koopa's Tycoon Town and Shy Guys Perplex Express and Goomba's Booty Boardwalk are all fantastic. They are all great. The other ones are pretty decent too. The King Boo one's kind of goofy, but that's fine. The problem with this game is that the mini games are bad because you shake the Wii remote a little too much. The soda shaking mini game, the chimp one, motion controls just aren't it. It makes the game really accessible. And I can tell you that by like watching my parents play Lift Leapers in Mario Party 6. That's a crime, but boy howdy can they flip the chimp. You know, it's the board design in this game is great. The mini games are bad, which makes this game kind of a good time. The items in this game are shit though. I think candy sucks. It's kind of a mixture of orbs and the old items, but not really. They're colored similarly, with red and blue and green and yellow candies that are separated into categories. Where like these are ones that affect you as you move, or these are ones that you do at the beginning of your turn. These are ones that have a special gimmick or something. They're fine. Yeah, they're fine. They're a downgrade from Mario Party 3 and 4's item system. Because I forgot to mention it. Mario Party 4, kind of similar to 3, but not quite. Still 3 items. But there's the Mega and Mini, which kind of, it gives the boards a little bit of an interesting interaction between the items and the boards. The board design in this game still sucks, and I still maintain my stance on it. Anyway, back to Mario Party 8. Yeah, candy is kind of mid. This game would be better if it was on the GameCube and they kept with orbs, which this game feels like it was built for the GameCube. This game runs in 4x3, and it looks like a GameCube game. So if this game was on the GameCube and they kept that development and released this in 2006 instead, on the GameCube with orbs as the item mechanic, this would probably be one of the best in the series. It would probably beat out 6, or at least beat out 3, and definitely 7. But instead, it's a good time. This is one that, like, I think this was the best selling in the series before Superstars. I think it might still be the best selling in the series. I'm a bad Mario Party fan because I don't know that. Yeah, so this one's pretty accessible to most people, that when they say, oh, I've played Mario Party, this is what they're talking about. It's a good time. I'm always down to introduce them to these fine gentlemen. These 4 are the cream of the crop. Like, I can't go wrong with any of them. But, you know, it's a good time. I'm going to move on to Mario Party DS over here because it was the next to be released. It's also a good time. I think that it's worse than 2. I didn't have this opinion before until I realized how broken the hex gimmick is. Because I think the items in this game are busted. They need help. From a balance standpoint, Mario Party DS is a goofy ass game. Because you can just land on a space and steal 2 stars from someone. Like, that's just how this game works. It's madness. It's silly. I don't want to take too much time on it. Minigames are actually great. And all the boards are really cool because you're small. And the small gimmick, this game takes it and runs with it, which is awesome. It's very cool that they did that so well. I forgot about Mario Party Advance. I have a soft spot for this game. It is not a Mario Party game, and let me get that very clear. It is not a Mario Party game. You drive around in a car, and you complete errands for people. It is a little game that you can play on all the dryer's done. Hell yeah. It's a little game that you can play on your Game Boy Advance when you're 3 years old and going to your sister's basketball games. It's fun. I like it. The dialogue in this game, keep on gaming but never become arrogant, is a classic line from Kamek. It's better, better be ready. Let's move on to Mario Party 9. I mean, they tried something different. It's worse than 5. Yeah, you're in a car, and everyone's in that car with you, and you collect mini stars instead of regular stars. They had a formula that worked so well for 9 games, and then people were like, we're tired of this. We're tired of this. That's me. I'm IGN and other game critics. They take 5 years off between these two games. This was like a yearly series, basically. And then they shit out this. It's fine. Notice that it is noticeably a tier up from Mario Party 1. That is because the mini games in this game are really good. I said that this game is a waggle fest. That's because it's a game from 2007 on the Wii. This game is far less of a waggle fest and actually uses motion controls sparingly, because it is a game from 2012. That 5 years may not make much of a difference in terms of this being a better game, but the mini games are better. Yeah, that's all about Mario Party 9. Mario Party 10. Yeah, there's no reason to play Mario Party 10. The boards are worse in this game than they are in Mario Party 9. It's the same mechanics, by the way. You're still in the fucking car. Shitty, bad. Mini games are also still pretty good. Jewel Drop goes hard. Love that one. That's where, yeah, Amiibo Party is like old Mario Party, but on a square, and it's bad. It's kind of a spit in the face. It's worse than the original Mario Party, because at least this Mario Party, I can look at it and say that's Mario Party. Now we're gonna get to the goofy one. Actually, these two aren't goofy. I'm gonna do these ones before we talk about these, because I've got some shit to say about the Switch Mario Parties. Mario Party E, I have never played this. It is a card game that has you scan cards on the e-reader. I'm gonna put it in a new tier that says add a tier below that says who owns an e-reader. I would love to play this game someday. It's one of the more cheap sets of dot code cards. I'd love to play this game. It seems very interesting. Along with that, the board that comes with Mario Party Advance, I would love to play that at some point. With the stuff that's incorporated in there, it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, this who owns an e-reader? I've heard good things though. Like, it's a card game, not a Mario Party game. Mario Party Island Tour is the worst game in the series. One of. We're gonna do this. I'll explain myself on all these. These ones I want to spend the least amount of time on because they're bad. Mario Party Top 100 obviously is shit and bad because this isn't a Mario Party game. This is a compilation of mini games on the 3DS a year after the Switch released. There's no board. It's the board mechanics from Star Rush, but there's one of them, and you don't even really play them. You play Minigame Island. It's the Minigame Island mode from Mario Party 1 and 2. That's what this game is. And there's 100 games, and you leave out Dungeon Duos. This game's shit. It's bad. I'm more of a board guy when it comes to Mario Party. Mini games are for chumps. Obviously, I try to get myself practice in the mini game, so I'm optimal, especially in Mario Party 6. But if you're like, oh, my favorite part's the mini games, I get to stop playing the board. You're a chump. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I get you don't like board games. Mario Party Island Tour. This is just a mishmash of several terrible ideas that they had because they didn't know what to do. No, this is a funny game because there's the extra mode where you scream into the microphone, like I show speed. I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna knock that way down and post. It's bad. It's really not good. Mario Party Star Rush. The extra modes in this game save it. I think Toad Scramble and like the other Star Balloon one, they were really trying to reinvent the Mario Party wheel. And then they realized that they shouldn't. But maybe they should have, because this game is not good. It's we're gonna do this actually, yeah. Because I don't think Mario Party 5 is not that bad. It's the Dam. It's a 7 out of 10. It's the Dam of the GameCube Mario parties. Super Mario Party. Put a link right here. Is so close. It's not actually so close. This one's so close, but no. Put that right there. Super Mario Party is so close. They went back to the original formula for Mario Party games, which so happy about. Coins, star, move around the board. Unfortunately, this game has 4 boards that is like no content. They spent too much time on extra modes. The ally system is stupid. I think the ally system is terrible. I think custom dice blocks are terrible because Mario Party shouldn't have a tier list. If I want to win the game, I shouldn't have to play as Bowser, or Shy Guy. It's a silly. It's yeah. This game has no content in terms of actual board game, and yeah, they were so close. And I think that if they made a second iteration of Super Mario Party, went back to 20 coins to a star, it costs 10 coins in this game. That's stupid. The economy in this game is terrible. Oh, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot to talk about the economy in each of these games. The economy is super consistent, super consistent, super consistent. You can land on the lottery and win 100 coins. It's very goofy. Consistent, relatively consistent, consistent. The economy in this game is terrible. The economy in this game is bad. Mario Party Superstars is, when I say that this is so close, I mean that this is so close. If you can't design good boards, which clearly they cannot, just use the old ones. Seems like such a good idea. Until they forgot that they probably needed more than 5. Mario Party Superstars is a good game because these are good games. And I'm going to tell you that right now. If this was a Mario Party game with original boards and original minigames, I'm sure the minigames would be great. Even though I have one very specific problem, which we'll talk about. I've laid a little niblet of information over here when I was talking about the numbered entries. The board design is fine in this game. They changed things around a little bit so that it works with the items. They fixed Peach's birthday cake. It's a little bit better. This game's fine. I would never choose to play Mario Party Superstars. All of these down from a good time. So like these down, I would never choose to play. Unless I was like, let's really mix it up. Or if someone's like, I will only play Mario Party if it's the one that I've played and they've only played the Switch ones. I would never choose to play any of these. These I would choose to play. Mario Party Superstars is a shitty physics engine. The physics in this game do not accommodate the minigames being ported over from these fine beauties. There's a lot of stupid little changes. Like dungeon duos in this game I think is really bad because for some reason the collision on the rotating platforms feels like you can't make the jump. It's very, very silly. Yeah. That's the list. I realized that, yeah, that's all the video. And if anyone comes up to me and asks what the numbers in this order, 6, 3, 7, 4, 8, 2, 5, 9, 1, 10 mean, now they know, because that's been my ranking for years. Thank you for watching. I am going to make a few more tier lists. I want to shake things up. Do something else. Tier lists are just a very easy format because it's like a little podcast. I can sit here. There's visuals on the screen. it's easy for me to just poop out, just shit it out. But yeah, that's all I have for you this time. Thank you for watching and stay Mario Party.